Hello, I'm here to give my week 6 update. Um, that means that next week is me going back to work, and so these updates might get more interesting as I go back to work and I have those experiences with the people I have as my colleagues, along with, some of the exercise plans that I have for myself, and also the idea of talking about what it's like to take this experience and this reality on the road. Because right now I've been kind of isolated. I've been able to focus on what I need to focus on simply because I'm at home. But with work and, meetings and all of those kinds of things, it'll be interesting to see how it impacts, whether it's negative or positive impact. Um, I do think that because of the way I work, it's going to be a positive impact. I will be more consistent with my vitamins, more consistent with my protein intake and water. And that usually just happens because when I'm at work, I use those things like when I have to go get milk for my shake or something, I use that as an opportunity to get up and move around and warm up because it's freezing in my office. But anyway, um, this past week I've been preparing for that, been preparing to go back to work. Um, I do think that on a certain level, my physical situation is demonstrating the anxiety of that or the um, excitement, however you want to put it, because I've stalled out on weight loss again, and um, I feel bloated and frustrated at a certain level. So um, I think it'll be good to get back into a regular thing. So as a method of getting ready for work, I knew that one of the things I needed to do was get more work clothes. Um, so this week has been very interesting in that respect because I reached out to some local trade and sale groups here in town and just said, hey, I'm in search of these sizes. If you can help me, that would be great. And, if you could give me a budget, and I say the same thing to the people who watch this video. Um, I don't have enough money to just go and buy new clothes every couple of weeks. So if you have, a cache of clothes that are good for a tall, heavy-set woman, um, please leave a comment or contact me, and I will pay for shipping. I will pay per piece if I have to. I'm just trying to keep costs down as I dress my changing body. But one of the things I decided to do was I went to a big and tall women's store, um, basically because they were advertising a big sale and clearance, um, and I knew that I wanted to have a couple of things that I knew fit and were all right. So I went in there, and I was the only shopper, and one of the things that I've found through this process that I've struggled with is that I look in the mirror and I don't see the same changes that other people seem to be seeing. Like, I put on, my jeans, or I put on this shirt or whatever, and I can conceive of the fact that things have changed because I couldn't comfortably wear, these jeans and sit on the floor before, or this shirt hangs much lower on me now, or my boobs are definitely starting to get too small for my bra, things like that. But I hadn't shopped, and I hadn't gone to try and find something that would fit me better. So I did that this week, and one of the things about that kind of like it stuck with me was I was asked, what sizes are you looking for? And I was like, well, I'm going to kind of shoot for something that might be a little too small because I felt like I was going to change enough in the near future that it would fit. And so For a little reference, the last time I shopped in a brick and mortar store for clothing, I was wearing a 4 to 5X. I was probably close to 500 pounds. Um, I struggled a lot with finding anything that would work, and so I didn't really have high hopes this past week because in my mind, it still feels that way. It still feels like I wear that size or whatever. So we started shopping, and I started buying, or I started pulling off clothes that would be a little small because I was like, that's fine. So I ended up being able to get 2 pairs of work pants and 4 shirts for around $100. And they're all nice, they all fit, and they're a 3X, which I don't remember the last time I wore a 3X. I mean, I'm sure I remember the time and things like that, but I don't really recall the last time I went to the store and was buying them. I think I jumped the 3X. But I was really surprised, and I was even more surprised when I went to go try it on, thinking it would be a little bit tight and finding it to be basically the right size. So that means that where like my top waistline size was like a 34, 36, I'm now able to put on pants that are from a 26 to 28, which is, you know, several sizes that have changed, and that in itself probably is almost exclusively since I had surgery. So I couldn't deny it anymore. I had to acknowledge the fact that my body had significantly changed and its appearance must be different. But it was interesting being in the actual store, because when I was standing in the fitting room was the first time I'd really gotten a really good look of myself, full body, from multiple angles. And that's when I realized that while I feel like I'm not losing a whole lot on the torso, that my legs are definitely deflating. And I'm thinking about doing a separate video about it, but that's one thing that they don't really talk to you about when you're preparing to do something like this, or when you're working on losing weight, is that a lot of people don't want to talk about like things that will be perceived negatively by you. And one of those things for me is that deflated look, because when you look at yourself and you see like you jiggle way more and, you know, things like that, like it looks so much less attractive than you did when you were bigger. And I know that that's a good thing. I know it's what we're going for, but the sense of being, you know, more unattractive than you were previously is one of those things that I always struggle with. I struggled with it with my first 50 pounds when I dropped under 500, and, you know, had the sense of like my body is changing, but I'm not sure I like the way it changed. But like right now, like that's my focus, so I'm okay with it, and I'm working on just accepting that that's what it is, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. And that's also the reason why I'm saving money for plastic surgery, so might as well make it worth it, right? Anyway, so like I said, I got new clothes. They are significantly smaller in size. It was much easier to find clothes, which was cool. So yeah, there's that. I feel like I'm retaining water. I feel like I look fatter right now than I did last week. I'm not really sure what that whole thing is, but as you know, you may notice not wearing my glasses either, because I went to my eye doctor and got started with daily contacts, which I wanted to do so that I wouldn't have to be worrying about my glasses during exercise programs and stuff that I might do. So I'm doing my trial wears right now and next week order. So I think that I'm more prepared to go back to work, and I'm a little nervous, but I guess that's life. My next checkup for post-op is next Thursday, and I'm hoping that they'll feel positively about the changes that have happened, and that we can kind of set more of a game plan for the future. So yeah, anyway, that's my update about getting clothes and stuff. Don't know how much else I can share right now, but I'm really looking forward to some change and some excitement, and to be able to talk about different things that are happening in my life. So anyway, like I said, if you have any clothes that you're willing to donate, either to me or to my bariatric clothing exchange group, let me know and I'll pay the shipping, and that would be wonderful. And otherwise, I hope everybody has a wonderful new year. It is December 31st right now, and I think we're all ready to see 2016 end. So be safe, enjoy yourself, and I will talk to you later. All right, bye.